kwakwanyana re robete ke wa ga a re ga titi o tsetswe jang ra tloga le na boseke konkodi ka kopi ka ko morago kgomodia ngwana mme o ale o lela ikgagola a re a ko le goro se robete a butirang kwakwanyana banawe a butirang kwakwanyana re wanya a butirang kwakwanyana banawe a butirang kwakwanyana re watsai a butirang kwakwanyana re se game tsikise a butirang kwakwanya a butirang kwakwanya a butirang kwakwanyana re robete jewaga a se tapa se tlalika se jelwewe a se tapa se tlalika se jelwewe baruti ba e reka ba ditšhabatšhaba ba e samile ba re ke lorato ke tshwanelo e ba tshwanetse ba re sena ba re sele ba re sele a butirang kwakwanyana banawe a butirang kwakwanyana banawe a butirang kwakwanyana re wanya a butirang kwakwanyana re se game tsikise a butirang kwakwanya a butirang kwakwanya a butirang kwakwanyana banawe a butirang kwakwanya a butirang kwakwanya a butirang
Asamarit, asamarit, asamarit ako. Asamarit, asamarit, asamarit ako. Usemi maripa, kasati maripa. Asamarit ako. Usemi maripa, kasati maripa. Semi maripa, nasiti maripa, asa maripa ko. Semi maripa, nasiti maripa, asa maripa ko. Semi maripa, nasiti maripa, asa maripa ko. Asa maripa. Asamarit, asamarit ako. Asamarit, asamarit, asamarit ako. Asamarit, asamarit, asamarit ako. Asamarit, asamarit, asamarit ako. passionate lovers, Lucky, Monsa, and Mace.
Und
Good morning, distinguished guests, speakers, partners, members of the diplomatic community, communication professionals, members of the media and delegates. Welcome to the Dome in Swakopmund, Namibia, for the official opening program of the second Effective Communicators Conference 2026.
Indeed, Robin, we are honored to host you in the Orongo region for a gathering that brings together leaders, practitioners, and partners who understand the power of communication in shaping institutions, communities, and nations.
This year's conference is held under the theme, Communication Reconsidered, a driving force for constant progress. The theme challenges us to look beyond communication as a support function and to recognize it as a strategic force for trust, accountability, innovation, and sustainable progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we await the formal commencement of the program, kindly take this opportunity to greet colleagues, network, and settle into this venue. Guests with reserved seating are requested to follow the guidance of our protocol and ushering teams.
Please place your mobile phones on silent mode. Take note of the emergency exits, restrooms, media area, and designated seating sections. We kindly ask all delegates to cooperate with the protocol, security, media, and production teams throughout the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request that we rise for the arrival of Her Excellency, Madam Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and His Honor, Mr. Ndaba Kgolatle, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. And please remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Namibia, followed by the African Union anthem.
Your Excellency, Your Honor, distinguished members of the official delegations, we warmly welcome you to the Effective Communications Conference 2026. May we kindly take our seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. May we kindly give ourselves a round of applause. Your Excellency, Your Honor, Honorable Minister, Honorable Governor, members of the diplomatic community, distinguished guests, partners, speakers, and delegates, another good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here this morning. My name is Robin Akambo. I wear a lot of hats, but this morning I am your Director of Ceremonies.
Indeed, Robin, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Cliff Shikwambi. I am also one that wears a lot of hats, but this morning also your Directors of Proceedings, and we are delighted to be guiding you through this morning's official opening ceremony.
Now, Cliff, walking in this morning at about 7 o'clock, there was a buzz in the dome. Now, we took the scenic drive to Swakop, and I must say, the road looks like it's going under construction. However, I was super excited to come and be in the dome this morning because I knew that there's so much learning to do. Yesterday's session was phenomenal. The topics that were discussed, the knowledge that was shared, and today, it being the official opening, I was glad to share the stage with you. However, being the fashionista that I am and looking at how dapper and fantastic you look, I must say, you look fantastic.
Look, Robin, thank you so much. I must say you look good yourself and we complement each other very well. And you are so right. This morning promises a plethora of activities. We are delighted to have all these faces from all over the continent here in Irongo region, in Swakopmund, one of Namibia's most beautiful tourist attraction sites. Ladies and gentlemen, as we start this program, allow me to welcome on stage the mother of the region, our mama, Ansa Oma, the Honorable Governor of Irongo region, Honorable Dr. Natalia Kokoses, for her welcoming remarks. Please give her a round of applause.
The two directors of these proceedings, Robin and Clive, for the opportunity granted. Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Vetwe, Vice President of Republic of Namibia, Your Honor, Dapa Hlwache, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Emma Diafolus, our own Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Mr. Arik Karani, President of the African Public Relations Association, Professor Emmanuel Dant Aura, Vice President of the Nigerian Institute for Public Relations, honorable members of Parliament, honorable leaders in your different capacities, Honorable Lazarus Kanelombe, the chairperson of Irongo Regional Council, Your Worship, Councillor Suama Kautondongwa, the mayor of Swakopmund, Dr. Sam Mtelamo, Chief Regional Officer of Irongo Regional Council, Commissioner say, I am happy to report that your services are applauded. Nothing of concern happened during the stay of our delegates, during the stay of our Vice President and all our invited guests in the region. Thank you very much with your team for the job well done in terms of safety and security in our region. Madam Kauli, my daughter, the chairperson of NAMBA, Namibia Press Agency, I like to see when young professionals are also evolving with what is called in this contemporary society. I used to serve with you when I was a board of director of Erongoret, when you serve as a secretary of that institution. Today, you are serving in a different portfolio as a chairperson of NAMBA. I am very, very proud to see the young Namibians are following in the footsteps of their mother, the mother of Irongo region. Because I feel sometimes lonely if I'm very fast than my young people, but I can see you are following suit. I want to also acknowledge the presence of the chief executive officers of the different institutions and all our invited guests from all over Africa. I'm told there are more than 10 countries represented in this hall at this very important conference. captains of industry, thank you very much for your presence, members of the media, and thank you very much the organizers that you have agreed also to accommodate the performing group outside. They are inside. Mahimba Cultural Group, are you here? Thank you very much that you have agreed to, at least for them to be part of this official opening, because this conference is for effective communicators, and we are not effective communicators to ourselves. We are effective communicators so that what you are sending out are well received by the recipients. And one of such recipients are our community members. And one of those recipients are Mahimba people. One of those recipients are my Omachede mama, who is cooking in the black pot in Omachede. So therefore, it's very necessary that we do not exclude those for whom we are having this type of conferences. Therefore, I must say thank you very much that you have agreed to accommodate my members of the community that otherwise could have stood outside. Esteemed invited delegates, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Thank you very much. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the beautiful Erongo region for the Effective Communicators Conference 2026. On behalf of the people and the leadership of the Erongo region, I extend my warmest welcome to our delegates from across Namibia and beyond. We are proud to once again host this important gathering of communication professionals for the second time in Erongo region. A special welcome to Her Excellency, Madam Lucia Vetboe, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and a special warmest welcome to His Honor Ndaba Khwalate, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. Welcome our presidents in Erongo region. Your presence indeed underscores the importance of communication as a vital tool for good governance, regional cooperation, and sustainable development. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, the theme for this year's conference, quote unquote, Communication Reconsidered, a driving force for constant progress, reminds us that communication is far more than the exchange of information. It builds trust, strengthens institutions, promotes accountability, and inspires collective action. As technology and society continue to evolve, so too must the way we communicate with our citizens and one another. As Governor, I am pleased to share that Erongo region continues to make encouraging progress in improving the lives of our people. Over the past year, we have expanded access to essential services. We have strengthened efforts to reduce food insecurity, and we have continued implementing programs aimed at creating opportunities for all our communities. Erongo is also emerging as a center of innovation, Honorable Minister of Information and Technology. We are a center emerging, a center of innovation. Our strategic coastal location makes us Namibia's gateway for digital connectivity, international trade and logistics, while new developments in green hydrogen, renewable energy, mining technology, and climate-smart agriculture are opening fresh opportunities for investment, skills development, and youth employment. From the port of Walvis Bay, yes, we have got the dry port for Botswana, Vice President. I hope, Vice President, you cannot go back without visiting your port at our NAM port. From the port of Walvis Bay to Swakopmund, Arandes, Uis, and our rural settlement, innovation is helping us rethink service delivery, strengthen communication, and build a more resilient regional economy. These achievements are the result of strong partnerships, Her Excellency, between government, local authorities, the private sector, development partners, and our communities. We in Erongo region are united under one theme, quote unquote, and this is the theme for Erongo region, one vision, where no one is excluded. Our regional strategic plan, aligned with Namibia's 6th National Development Plan, continues to guide our efforts in unlocking opportunities in mining, energy, oil and gas, tourism, fisheries, agriculture, and logistics. We remain committed, Her Excellency, to ensuring that economic growth translates into jobs, improved public services, and a better quality of life for all. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited delegates, over the coming days, I encourage you all to share knowledge, build partnerships, and explore innovative approaches that will strengthen communication across our institutions and across our continent. The conversations you have here can help shape better policies, stronger organizations, and more inclusive societies. As I conclude, Excellency, I wish to thank the organizers for bringing this prestigious conference back to the Erongo region. We are indeed honored to host you and trust that you will enjoy not only the conference, but also the unique, beauty, including your beautiful governor, beauty and hospitality that our region has to offer. Oh, we are beautiful people. Oh, you think about, look at your governor, friendliness, the joy, everything. The region is indeed blessed with all beauties. Please enjoy that hospitality, the beauty this region has to offer. We have other 6 constituencies, of course, next time, and I have already, if you are to come back, I will take you to one of the beautiful, most beautiful parts of this region. As you might have heard, one of our highest mountain is a candidate for UNESCO. I will take you to Brandberg Mountain, to the Downres constituency, one of the most beautiful part in the world. So we have got those constituencies, the beauty all over this region. I invite you to come back for your holidays here and explore the uniqueness and offerings of our diverse region. Once again, Your Excellencies, welcome to Namibia, welcome to the Erongo region, and welcome to the Effective Communicators Conference 2026. And I wish you success as you spur the effective communication narratives. And I thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Swakopmund, a place where the mighty Atlantic Ocean meets the timeless Namib Desert, where every sunrise brings new possibilities and every sunset leaves a lasting memory. Over the past few days, you've experienced more than a destination. You've discovered a city rich in history, culture, adventure, and warm Namibian hospitality. You've walked along our coastline, shared conversations in our cafes, experienced our unique landscapes, and created memories that will last long after this conference. Because Swakopmund is more than a beautiful coastal town. It is a place where people connect, where ideas are exchanged, where friendships begin, and where inspiration finds its home. Today, delegates from across Namibia, Africa, and beyond gather in this remarkable city with a shared purpose: to learn, to collaborate, to inspire, and to shape the future of communication. As we officially open the Effective Communicators Conference 2026, may the spirit of Swakopmund remind us that the greatest ideas are born when people come together. From the people of Swakopmund, from the Irongo region, and from the Republic of Namibia. Welcome. Welcome to the Effective Communicators Conference 2026. Communication Reconsidered, a driving force for constant progress.
Thank you so much, Honorable Governor, for the warm welcome to the Irongo region and indeed to Swakopmund. Your Excellency, Your Honor, esteemed delegates, the next contribution reflects the important role international media institutions in connecting societies, documenting development, and expanding the reach of African stories.
Xinhua News Agency is one of the world's major news organizations with an extensive international network and a strong presence across Africa. Its work demonstrates the importance of credible information, global cooperation, and communication across borders.
We are indeed honored now to welcome Mr. Yang Dingyu, Editor-in-Chief of Xinhua News Agency, to deliver the industry remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive Mr. Dingyu.
Thank you. I was truly impressed by the beauties and wonders of this country, and I was truly inspired by the beautiful speech of our beautiful Madame Governor. Your Excellency, Lucia Wade Bowie, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia. Your Excellency, Ndama Gaulaste, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. Distinguished government officials, media colleagues, partners, and guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. On the occasion of the opening of the Effective Communicators Conference 2026 in Swakopmund, on behalf of Xinhua News Agency, Africa Regional Bureau, I would like to extend our warm congratulations on the successful convening of this conference, and our sincere greetings to our friends from various sectors who have long cared for and supported China-Namibia Media Cooperation. China and Namibia enjoy a comprehensive strategic partnership of cooperation characterized by long-standing friendship, solid political mutual trust, and fruitful practical cooperation. During the past decades, Xinhua News Agency and Namibian media have forged a profound friendship through their advocacy for Namibia's national liberation. Windhoek Bureau of Xinhua News Agency was founded in 1989, 1 year before Namibia declared its independence. After Namibia declared its independence as the last colony in Africa on March 21st, 1990, Xinhua correspondent interviewed Namibia's revolutionary leader and first president, Sam Nujoma. As early as September 2003, Xinhua News Agency and the Namibia press agency NAMPA signed a news exchange and cooperation agreement. Since then, the media organizations of our two countries have fostered closer ties and built a community with a shared future. Today, as a representative of Xinhua News Agency, Africa Bureau, I am honored to join media professionals from across Africa in gathering here in Swakopmund for the Effective Communicators Conference. This event is not only a milestone in Africa media cooperation, but also an important step forward, deepening media collaboration among global South countries amid ongoing reshaping of the global communication landscape. Today, the world is undergoing changes unseen in a century. The historic trends of peace, development, cooperation, and mutual benefit remain unstoppable. Yet, deficits in peace, development, security, and governance continue to widen, posing unprecedented challenges to human society. Once again, the world stands at a crossroad in history. What has happened to the world, and how should we respond? In answer to these questions of our time, Chinese President Xi Jinping has proposed building a community with a shared future for humanity, along with the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, the Global Civilization Initiative, and the Global Governance Initiative. Through these important visions, China has contributed its concepts, wisdom, and solutions to promoting world peace and development and upholding international fairness and justice. They have been widely recognized and accepted by the international community. As Chinese President Xi Jinping said, China and Namibia enjoy profound traditional friendship and share common aspirations for development. Since the establishment of diplomatic ties, the two countries have always treated each other as equals and supported each other. Our bilateral friendly cooperation has continued to deepen, delivering tangible benefits to the two peoples. President Xi said China stands ready to work with Namibia to enhance exchanges of development philosophies and synergize development strategies and partner with each other on their paths to modernization. He has stressed that China and Namibia should maintain close, high-level exchanges, deepen experience sharing on governance, and stay in regular communication on issues of overall and strategic importance on bilateral relations, and continue to support each other on issues concerning their respective core interests and major concerns. As important members of the Global South, both China and Namibia are committed to exploring development paths suited to their national conditions. The successful experience of Chinese modernization shows that developing countries are entitled and capable of charting their own courses of modernization. Namibia's endeavors to promote its national modernization have opened up vast opportunities for cooperation between China and Africa, as well as the Global South countries. On this occasion, I would like to recommend a book to our fellow delegates. Yeah, this is the first volume of China's governance under Xi Jinping's leadership, compiled by Xinhua News Agency and published in February this year. This book is highly valuable for understanding China's governance experience and for decoding Chinese modernization. It documents the governance practices of Chinese President Xi Jinping and presents China's development philosophy, path, and achievements, offering the international community an important window into China and Chinese modernization. On February 24th this year, the launch of the English edition was held alongside the Global Governance Seminar in Geneva, where participants widely recognized China's thinking and exploration of governance in the new era. We hope this volume will provide our African media colleagues and think tank partners with a valuable starting point for a deeper understanding of China's development. Thank you. Thank you. Amid profound global changes unseen in a century, it falls upon the media of China, Namibia, and other African countries, and the wider global South to help advance China and Africa's shared aspiration for modernization and to guide the international order toward a greater justice and equity. We bear the responsibility to amplify their voices, to promote the theme of the all-weather China-Africa community with a shared future for the new era, and to contribute our wisdom to making the global South a stable force for peace, a cornerstone of open development, a constructive force in global governance, and a driving force for mutual learning among civilizations. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Xinhua News Agency is China's national news agency and a think tank, widely recognized by its peers around the world. As early as December 1959, Xinhua established its first bureau in Africa, then the Cairo Bureau, marking the beginning of its presence on the continent. In order to cover Africa more broadly and deeply, and to better tell African stories, Xinhua established its Africa Regional Headquarters, Africa Regional Bureau, in April 1986, further strengthening its reporting capacity across the continent. In April 2025, Xinhua inaugurated its 31st branch in Sub-Saharan Africa, the Bissau Bureau, as part of its network of 48 countries in Sub-Saharan Africa. This extensive news gathering and dissemination network has further deepened media cooperation and strengthened friendship between China and African countries. Over the past 7 decades, Xinhua News Agency has witnessed the development of China-Africa cooperation and friendship and chronicled the journey of African peoples in their struggle for independence, self-reliance, unity, and strength. Xinhua has maintained close cooperation with NAMPA and other African media organizations, achieving fruitful results in news exchange, personnel training, content sharing, and professional cooperation. For example, a training course for mainstream African media on June the 15th brought together representatives from major Namibian outlets. This year marks the 95th anniversary of Xinhua News Agency. Looking ahead, we hope to further expand practical cooperation with African media across multiple fields on multiple platforms such as the World Media Summit hosted by Xinhua, the Global South Media and Think Tank Forum, and the Belt and Road Studies Network. We will work with African partners, including Namibia Media, to jointly report on the outcomes of China-Africa cooperation, engage in in-depth exchanges on issues of common concern, and continuously enhance the quality and effectiveness of our bilateral cooperation. This year marks the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and African countries. And it is also the China-Africa Year of People-to-People exchanges. We hope to take this conference as an opportunity to carry forward our traditional friendship, deepen media cooperation between China and Namibia, and help both sides jointly advance modernization. By doing so, we aim to bring the people of China, Namibia, and Africa closer in heart, in sentiment, and in strength, and make new contributions to Global South united response to global challenges, the promotion of common values of humanity, and joint efforts to build a community with a shared future for humanity. Guided by the leadership of our two heads of state, bilateral relations between China and Namibia have steadily risen to new levels, opening up even broader prospects for media cooperation. Against this backdrop, I would like to put forward 4 proposals aimed at advancing media cooperation between our two countries. First, let us jointly tell the story of China and Namibia development. The media play an important role as a bridge for recording the times and fostering friendship. Media organizations in China and Namibia should highlight the practical outcomes of bilateral cooperation in areas such as politics, trade, economy, people-to-people exchanges, agriculture, and infrastructure development, and explore the real stories and vivid human experiences behind this cooperation. We should present the outcomes of the principle of sincerity, real results, amity, and good faith, as well as the spirit of our two peoples, working hand in hand. Through multidimensional, diverse, and in-depth reporting, we can strengthen public confidence in the prospects of cooperation and foster a favorable public opinion for the development of bilateral relations. Second, let's jointly advance the restructuring of the international communication landscape. Media organizations in China and Namibia should strengthen multi-level exchanges, including journalist visits, joint reporting, co-production of programs, content sharing, and professional training, so as to further unlock media potential and enhance the effectiveness of international communication. We should interpret and present the world from the perspective and standpoint of the Global South and strengthen our independent narrative capacity. In doing so, we should strive to enhance the global reach, global visibility, and global influence of media from China, Namibia, and Africa, and the wider Global South. Through this process, we can help promote more just and equitable global governance. Third, let us jointly advance technology and empower the media development. The media landscape is undergoing profound transformation. Against the backdrop of the rapid development of new technologies such as artificial intelligence and big data, we should strengthen exchanges and cooperation in news gathering and editing technologies, integrated media development, and digital transformation. We should effectively empower news production and dissemination with advanced and applicable technologies and strive for breakthroughs in key areas such as technological empowerment, media cooperation, media integration, workflow innovation, international communication, and discourse innovation. By embracing technological progress, we can continuously enhance our communication capacity, guidance, influence, and credibility. At the same time, we should actively promote technological self-reliance and cooperation, and work together to build a more open and inclusive global media technological ecosystem. Fourth, let us jointly build the Global South Media and Think Tank Cooperation and Communication Partnership Network. In 2024, Xinhua News Agency initiated the establishment of this network, which has since attracted more than 1,000 media outlets, think tanks, government agencies, and international organizations from 95 countries and regions around the world. In 2025, Xinhua and the African Union co-hosted the Global South Media and Think Tank Forum, China-Africa Partners Conference. During the conference, the action plan of the partnership network, titled United in Heart, Path, and Action, 2026 China-Africa Partnership Empowerment Action Plan, was launched. In 2026, priority will be given to advancing institutionalized cooperation projects, including exchange programs for young professionals and opinion leaders from Africa, partner institutions to visit China, jointly research on the application of artificial intelligence in the media sector, the establishment of a China-Africa Salon platform, a series of events on the Global South Media and Think Tank Forum, and the development of the Global South Media News Network. These initiatives are designed to deliver tangible results in China-Africa media and think tank cooperation, enhance the narrative capacity of the Global South, and support the shared prosperity and development of Global South countries. Xinhua News Agency, Africa Regional Bureau, is willing to join hands with Namibian media to facilitate deeper cooperation and broader consensus between our two countries, and make contributions to the development of China-Namibia relations as well as China-Africa cooperation and friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, as emphasized in the United in Heart, Path, and Action 2026 China-Africa Partnership Empowerment Action Plan, China-Africa partners have a common vision, a common path, and a shared journey. Even though there are mountains and oceans between our countries, distance is no barrier. The media serves as a bridge that connects people's hearts. Through this conference, media organizations in China and Namibia will further consolidate consensus, deepen cooperation, and jointly inject new vitality into China-Namibia friendship and China-Africa cooperation. Finally, I wish the Effective Communicators Conference 2026 a complete success. Thank you very much.
Years ago, a partnership took root in Namibia, quiet, steady, and built to last. Across 2 decades, Huawei has worked hand in hand with Namibia's government and its people, turning the ambitions of Vision 2030 and NDP 6 into progress you can see.
The next chapter is exciting. We are seeing a population that is so excited to be connected. And for us as a Ministry of ICT, and I can believe for Huawei as well, it's a challenge we want to take on. We want to see the nation demand for services online. To the 20 years of cooperation between the government of the Republic of Namibia and Huawei, all I can say is upwards.
It began with connection, tower by tower, fiber by fiber, alongside Namibia's national operators, carrying voice, data, and opportunity to every region.
The partnership between Huawei and MTC has been pivotal since its inception. And over the years, this partnership has resulted in cutting-edge technologies as well as infrastructure.
Huawei has been a trusted partner for Telecom Namibia over the past 20 years. Together, we have expanded broadband and fiber connectivity across the country, helping us deliver faster, more reliable services to our customers.
For Huawei, the mission has stayed the same, to build the digital foundations a nation grows on.
I think Vision 2030 for Huawei, I think goes hand in hand with NDP 6 of the Namibian government, which really looks at connectivity, connecting the unconnected.
That foundation reached the classroom. Smart classroom technology equipping schools like Oshigambo and Dr. Alpo Mauno Mbamba with the tools a new generation needs to compete. And in 2026, a milestone for inclusion, the 1,000 Women ICT Training Program reached its graduation. 1,000 Namibian women stepping into the digital economy. In Otjiwarongo, the future of energy arrived. Namibia's first utility-scale battery storage. 5 megawatts, 10 megawatt hours, paired with solar, storing the sun to steady the grid.
Huawei partnership positions in Pinnacle, Namibia as a critical channel partner for Huawei enterprise solutions.
Connectivity, people, one shared belief that technology in the right hands builds a stronger Namibia. 20 years on, the journey continues.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a powerful message, Your Excellencies. I'll stand by the protocol as observed already due to time. Yes, Huawei in Namibia, to give you a brief background, Huawei operates in 170 countries, over 200,000 employees. 54% of our revenue gets back into R&D, which means we make sure that technology and innovation spearheads the technology that we put into the industries. Huawei fosters partnerships by building infrastructure, growing ICT talent, and enabling smart solutions. For Huawei Namibia, we work closely hand in hand with our operators, MTC, Telecom Namibia, to ensure that those communities, those villages, those schools that are not connected are connected through our technology. Working hand in hand with the Ministry of ICT, we've been spearheading technology in Namibia in all sectors, in all industries. We've made sure that our technology is number one. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Jason Shu, who's our board member, to dive deeper into what I've just introduced. Mr. Jason Shu, please.
So Huawei has been in Namibia almost 20 years. I'm very honored living in Namibia 4 years, and being one of the most beautiful country in Africa. I also welcome everybody from all Africans to Namibia. Welcome all friends. Yeah. And Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Witboy, Vice President of Republic of Namibia. Your Honor, Mr. Dala Holati, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. Honorable Emma Tivilus, Minister of Information and Communication Technology. Honorable Natalie Georgis, Governor of the Irango region. Ms. Kelly Nishitini, Chairperson of Namibia Press Agency Board. Mr. Jete Kangazu, Acting Chief Active Officer of the Namibia Press Agency. Distinguished government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, esteemed partners, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. Yeah, it's a great honor and a privilege to join you today at the Effective Communicators Conference 2026. I'm Jensen Amakuchua, being the Board Director of Huawei Southern Africa. On the behalf of Huawei Technology, I extend our sincere appreciation to the Namibia Press Agency and the Ministry of Information and Communication Technologies, and all partners for organizing this important platform. As the main sponsors of this year's conference, Huawei is proud to support an initiative that brings together leaders from government, media, academia, and industry to shape the future for communication in Africa. The theme of this year's conference, Communication Reconsidered, a driving force to constant process, reflects the world we live in. The world communication has evolved far beyond the exchanging of information. It has become the bridge that connects people, enables collaboration, inspires innovation, and accelerates national development. Today, we are witnessing the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, 5G, and intelligent digital infrastructure. These technologies are transforming every sector, from government and education to healthcare, financing, money, and energy. Yet technology alone is not enough. Its true value is realized when it is combined with trusted communication, strong partnerships, and a shared vision for inclusive development. At Huawei, our vision is to bring digital to every person, home, and organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. In Namibia and in our sister country of Botswana, Huawei is proud to have been part of ICT journey for about 20 years. Over the past 2 decades, we have worked with local partners and customers to support the development of telecommunication networks, expand connectivity. This sprint of digital transformation is echoing strongly across our region. We were deeply honored just last week on the 7th of July when Her Excellency President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah and the Namibia delegation visited Huawei Global Headquarters in Shenzhen. This historic visit solidified a shared commitment to Namibia's future. Under the Honorable Emma Tivilus' leadership, Huawei has been a trusted partner in Namibia and supported national digital transformation initiatives. Our commitment extends beyond the technology. We are committed to building local capacity, fostering innovation, and creating lasting value for Namibia. Our support for the Effective Communicators Conference reflects this commitment. We believe that effective communications is essential to building trust, encouraging innovation, and ensuring that the opportunities created by AI and digital technologies are understood, embraced, and shared by everyone. Finally, I wish you all insightful discussion, meaningful engagements, and a highly successful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Xu, for your partnership and for reaffirming the importance of collaboration in creating platforms that advance professional communication. Ladies and gentlemen, we now turn to a continental perspective from the African Public Relations Association, a body that continues to strengthen the practice, relevance, and professional standing of public relations across Africa.
Please welcome Mr. Arik Karani, President of the African Public Relations Association, to deliver the international partners' remarks. Mr. Karani is an international communicator who has led the communications department of the World Bank in the United States. He advises government, civil society, and private sector on all matters of communication. Put your hands together once more for Mr. Karani.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Honor, Ndaba Golathe, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, I respectfully acknowledge all guests and dignitaries present. Good morning. Your Excellency, Your Honor, receive greetings from the President of the Republic of Kenya, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President of the Republic of Zambia, and the President of the Republic of Ghana. They have extended their support and partnership and have sent senior government officials who are here with us today. Today, I would like to speak about a subject that is both urgent and that is very important: telling the African story and telling it well. For too long, Africa's story has often been told by others. Too often, our continent is portrayed through the lens of crisis, through the lens of conflict, through the lens of poverty, through the lens of disaster. Neither is it portrayed through the lens of innovation, through the lens of resilience, through the lens of amazing entrepreneurship that we have across the continent, through the lens of scientific discovery, even when we were leading COVID and fighting COVID infections, through the lens of amazing democratic progress that we are seeing across the continent, and also it's not told through the lens of cultural excellence. Yet, when we look at Africa, it is home to some of the most established people, the youngest population, the fastest growing economies, remarkable innovators, thriving creative industries, and communities that continue to demonstrate resilience. The problem is we are not telling our own African stories. If we do not tell our own stories, someone else will tell them. And when they are telling them, they are not telling them completely, and they are not telling them truthfully, and they are not telling them accurately. Communication for us as Africans is no longer a luxury. It is a strategic and a leadership responsibility. We as communicators, as Africans, we are here and we are supposed to tell stories of resilience, stories of confidence, and stories that build the reputation of not only Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Nigeria, Kenya, and all the countries, but also stories that build the resilience and excellence of Africa. But if we have to tell these stories, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to know that 4 things ail us, even as we sit here. The first one is poor communication. poor communication creates confusion, and which is what we've been doing as the African continent. We have to change it. We have to ensure that everything that we deliver is truthful and is quick. The second problem we must overcome is late communication. In today's digital world, information travels in seconds. If institutions and governments wait too long to communicate, we surrender the narrative to rumor. We surrender the narrative to assumptions, and we give other people the opportunity to tell our story. The third challenge we must overcome is wrong communication. Facts matter. Accuracy matters. Context matters. Communication should be complete if we are going to do it as practitioners. So let us ensure that every information we are sharing is credible. Finally, we must address missing communication. Sometimes silence is louder than words. When we keep quiet, when people are demonizing our countries, when people are demonizing our continent, it is believed that what was said is true. Each and every one sitting here has a responsibility, one, to their nation, two, to this continent, to be able to fill the gap and stand in the void and tell the truth. Do not be silent when our countries and our continent is being slandered. Take your voice and speak boldly. Artificial intelligence is really transforming how information is being created. Social media nowadays is giving us a voice. It's amplifying everything. Use social media to stop misinformation, because misinformation spreads faster than ever before. In this environment, we as communicators must address this. We must also be intentional storytellers. We should celebrate our entrepreneurs who are solving local problems. We should highlight our scientists who are making global contributions, leading research in most of these institutions. We should tell stories of women leading change. Look at the presidents that we have across this continent who are women and who are leading change. We should tell stories of young people creating opportunities. We should communicate not only our challenges as Africa, but also our solutions. Not because we seek to ignore our difficulties, but because balanced storytelling reflects the truth. We as Africa do not need a manufactured image. We only need an authentic voice, and we all hear our authentic voices. Our voice should be confident enough to acknowledge the challenges we have. It should be courageous enough to confront these challenges, and it should also be optimistic enough to communicate the possibilities of what lies ahead. Communication builds nations, it builds and strengthens democracy, it attracts investment in our countries and in the continent, it inspires confidence. So we should ensure that history records not only what happened to Africa, but also what Africa achieved for itself and for the world. As we strengthen our communication across Africa, I would like to extend a warm invitation to everyone here to participate in the 37th APRA conference, which will be held alongside the World Public Relations Forum in Abuja, Nigeria, from the 16th to the 21st of November 2026. I know many of you will join us there so that we can continue this conversation of how to profile Africa. Allow me to conclude where I began and say this. Let us communicate early. Let us communicate clearly. Let us communicate accurately, and above all, let us communicate consistently. If we do so, future generations will inherit not only stronger institutions, but also a continent whose voice is heard, whose achievements are recognized, and whose story is told with honesty, with confidence, and with pride. Africa's story is one of promise, it's one of innovation, it's one of resilience, and it's one of opportunity, vast opportunity. And there's no one else who is better placed to tell this story than we, the Africans themselves. Thank you very much.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let us give Mr. Karani yet another round of applause. If we do not tell our own stories, the intentional, authentic African stories, someone else will. Such wise nuggets. Thank you so much, Mr. Karani, for reinforcing the importance of a united and forward-looking African communication profession. Your Excellencies, Your Honor, esteemed delegates, our next speaker presents one of the conference partners that brings a leadership perspective from the energy sector, where effective communication, stakeholder trust, and responsible engagement are essential.
Absolutely, Cliff. An event of this magnitude definitely came about through collaborative efforts. The next speaker joining us is Mr. Robert Mwanashilenge, who is the Vice President and General Manager at Reconnaissance Energy Namibia, to deliver the partner remarks. A round of applause, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Madam Lucia Witboy, the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia. Your Honor, Mr. Ndaba Hoolate, the Vice President and Minister of Finance, Republic of Botswana. Let me stand on the protocol already observed. Thank you very much. In today's environment, communication has been about building trust and creating understanding, listening to stakeholders, and ensuring that voices of communities are heard. In our sector, we believe in trust and transparency, that they are essential. And for Recon Africa, especially in the Kavango region, where we operate among the community onshore. But before I go to my remarks, which I'll make as brief as possible, I wanted to just touch on the theme of this conference, and also really talk about the oil and gas industry in relation to the theme. And without wasting much time, the theme, actually, the second part of the theme says driving force for constant progress. And there's really, if we speak about the oil and gas industry, wherever it appears, wherever it comes up, it is really a game changer in the country, in the economy, and the people. So we believe that with what has been discovered offshore and now onshore Namibia, there will be a very big change. I came to Walvis Bay some time ago in Swakopmund, and coming back yesterday after some time, I visited with my colleagues one of the service providers, international service provider, who has put up facilities here in Swakopmund. It's really something big investment, game changer. We see Namibian nationals, young guys, really working there and leading departments, very technological departments. So really, it's been hard work to get there. And congratulations to the government and the ministries responsible for oil and gas and energy. Recon Africa is onshore operator in Namibia We've got licenses in Botswana also. We've got licenses in Gabon. Yeah, and we're looking forward to developing all these sequentially. We're in a JV with the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, NAMCO, and an international company called BW Energy. And they joined us in the Kavango Basin together. So we actually are following international best practice in managing our license, and that is by having OCMs, TACMs, and all those facilities. Well, my time is over. So really, to say the gist of the matter, the oil industry is here. We have got big ESG programs for the country, for the people of Kavango. We've done a lot there. And given my timing is not so much, I would like to invite, if there are people who are more interested in coming over, to come over to our booth downstairs, and then we can explain more. I want to thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Communication is central to inform citizenship and national development, and as such, we would kindly like to call your attention up upon this video. Please enjoy.
Progress begins with a conversation. Today, that conversation brings Africa together, here in Namibia. From the highlands of Ethiopia, the resilience of South Sudan, the innovation of Nigeria, the spirit of Kenya, the heritage of Ghana, the diversity of Cameroon, the optimism of Zambia, and the warmth of Namibia, we gather as one, united by ideas, connected through communication, inspired by a shared vision for Africa's future. As Namibia advances the ambitions of the 6th National Development Plan, NDP6, driving innovation, digital transformation, and sustainable development, we are reminded that no nation builds the future alone. It is through collaboration, shared knowledge, and meaningful dialogue that progress becomes possible. Today, we celebrate more than a conference. We celebrate an Africa that learns together, leads together, and grows together. Communication reconsidered, a driving force for constant progress.
Your Excellency, Your Honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome the trailblazer and titan in her industry, Honorable Emma Theophilus, Minister of Information and Communication Technology of the Republic of Namibia.
Thank you very much, Robin. Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Vetboy, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Honor Ndaba Gaolate, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Governor of the Erongo Region, Dr. Natalia Huajoses, the Chairperson of the NAMPA Board, Ms. Kauli Ngishitende, may I please request to stand on the protocol as established. Ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure it is to be with you all this morning. This convening of any conference of communicators anywhere is becoming a necessity for all of us, Namibians, Botswana, Africans, and all citizens of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this convergence of both public and private sector communicators, with the gap between these two critical sectors, needs to be consistently maintained, the bridges built between two consistently improved, and the best way to do that is to consistently communicate, or I dare say effectively communicate. We are in the midst of an information vortex. We are in a state where constant innovation, digital disruption, and the relentless 24/7 news cycle continually accelerates the volume and the complexity of the information we process. As Minister of Information and Communication Technology, who also doubles as government spokesperson of the Republic of Namibia, there is no one more aware of the importance of communication like me. Citizens are consistently and continuously seeking to be engaged. They want to be included, informed, and above all, they're looking for communicators they can trust, ones that they can believe are relaying the truth. Therefore, effective communicators are crucial because they bridge gaps in understanding, drive productivity, and build trust. Great communicators drive success through, 1, inspiring leadership. Strong orators generate rapport, which empowers and unites teams around a shared vision. In addition, they also accelerate problem solving. They ensure that the right information reaches the right people quickly, facilitating efficient brainstorming and resolution. They also build trust for institutions, build trust for governments, build trust for public actors, so that our societies are able to live in cohesion, in peace and unity. So ladies and gentlemen, this conference, this convergence of all of you as information officers, PROs, communicators, people who are the bridge between those who might not have the information and those who might need the information is very critical. Hence why the leadership of the Ministry of ICT and that of NAMPA, so that it was necessary to bring all of you and all of us in the room, so that when we talk about government policy, it relates to what is happening on the ground, but more importantly, that the private sector feels they have a conducive environment to contribute to our economies. By doing that, we ensure that there is a convergence of voices, an understanding of actions, and an ability to reach each other in any setting to discuss, to converge. As somebody who has been a debater for many years, I quickly realized that having deliberations is more important than making assumptions. And nothing harms anything if people can come together and have discourse. So by doing that, ladies and gentlemen, it allows us to have a conference such as this, to come together, to deliberate, but to action the deliberations. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, there are two speakers who are more exciting than me this morning and who I'm very excited to hear from, and I'm sure you are too. Our first keynote speaker hails from the southern part of Namibia. She was an educator for 27 years at schools in Gibeon, Maltahia, and Mariental. She joined SWAPO Party in 1980 under the leadership of the late comrade Dr. Hendrik Wetboy. During this time, she engaged in politics by mass mobilization of community members in Gibeon and surrounding areas for them to rally behind SWAPO as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people to fight for their total liberation. She served as a member of parliament in the National Assembly from March 2010 until March 2025 in various portfolios and capacities, such as the Deputy Chairperson of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Information, Communication Technology, Deputy Minister of Gender Equality and Child Welfare, Deputy Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, and it is on the 21st of March 2025 that Her Excellency Madam Lucia Wetboy was appointed as our 5th Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, a position she occupies until today. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together in welcoming my Vice President, as well as yours, Her Excellency, Madame Lucia Witbooi, to the podium.
Thank you. You may be seated. Your Honor, Ndapa Gaulate, the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia. Honorable Botswana. Yeah, my humble apologies. Your Honor, Ndaba Gaulate, the Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. Honorable Emma Theophilus, the Minister of Information, Communications and Technologies. Honorable Governor, Honorable Dr. Natalia Tswakoses, the Governor of the Erongo region. Honorable Lazarus Kanelombe, the Chairperson of the Erongo Regional Council, and other regional councillors present here. Honorable Suama Kodungdokwa, the Mayor of Swakopmund, and other mayors present here, together with other local authority councillors also present here today. Mr. Jacob Shu, Board Director, the President Eric Karani, the President of the Africa Public Relations Association. He told us, let us communicate early, let us communicate clearly, and let us communicate effectively. Professor Emmanuel Dandora, the Vice President, Institute of the Public Relations of Nigeria. Your Excellencies, if we have members of the Diplomatic Corps, I acknowledge your presence. Koli, Ishik Tenda, the Namibia Press Agency Board Chairperson, our media houses, the very important stakeholders that is responsible and who is responsible to take the message to all the corners of the country and the world clearly, effectively. To Robert Wanajinlenga, the country manager of Recon Africa, Mr. Jason Shu, let me stand by the protocol. Good morning once again. Let us give us a round of applause for this beautiful. And I'm mandated for the responsibility of persons living with persons with disabilities. So we should not just put our hands every time together, we must also make like this. So let us give them a round of applause. Ourselves. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning once again. It is my distinct honor to join you here in Swakopmund in the Erongo region to officially open the 2026 Effective Communicators Conference under the theme Communication Reconsidered, a Driving Force for Constant Progress. At the onset, I am incredibly honored to acknowledge our special guest speaker, His Honor Ndaba Gaulate, the Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, with his delegation. On behalf of the government and the people of the Republic of Namibia, I would like to once again extend our warm greetings to Your Honor, the Vice President of Botswana, my counterpart. Welcome to the Republic of Namibia. We are indeed honored by your presence, and we look forward to gaining valuable insights from your expertise. Director of Ceremonies, I am pleased to note that this conference has brought together leaders, educators, communication professionals, community voices, and representatives, public relations experts, and industry stakeholders. Indeed, this gathering provides a suitable platform from knowledge sharing, networking, and professional development in the field of communications. Today, we are joined by the international community to redefine communication and public relations in the age of digital transformation and artificial intelligence, and positioning public relations in a unique strategic asset for leadership and constant development. I've learned that this event coincides with the World Public Relations Day, globally celebrated today. It is indeed a testament to the growing importance of global communication and trust building. The global theme for World Public Relations Day, the golden age of strategic public relations, blends with the theme of this international conference, both emphasizing the call to rise the standard of communication in an area heavily influenced by artificial intelligence. Communication, as we know it, is no longer just a small component in any organization or government institution. It is now the backbone for trust and nation building and a vital bridge to socio-political divides. It is that fundamental bridge for empathy, storytelling, and democratic unity. Therefore, let this conference be a catalyst for change. Let it serve as an opportunity for our communicators to step away from the normal routine and start engaging into necessary conversations and rethink how to effectively transmit not just information, but clearly vision for the nation building. In today's era of rapid digital evolution and misinformation, the roles of communicators, be it in government or the private sector, are more challenging than ever. As communicators, you are tasked with a serious responsibility to ensure that facts, truth, and clarity prevail over misinformation and disinformation. You must be champions of truth and agents of change. You are the vital link that ensures government programs are not just implemented, but truly understood and appreciated by the public. In this regard, I urge you to take full advantage of this capacity building opportunity. The skills you refine and the networks you build in this room will directly impact the effectiveness of our institutions nationwide and beyond. Director of Ceremonies, the future of the communications profession now depends on trust, ethical leadership, innovation, and regional cooperation. A stronger public relations profession requires much more than effective communication. It demands a deliberate commitment to capacitate and strengthen our communication structures, fostering public trust, upholding the highest ethical standards, and embracing innovation. Therefore, at the end of this conference, we will be expecting a guiding document on how we can intentionally strengthen credibility, adapt to emerging trends, and tell our stories from our perspective. I therefore entrust this conference with this mandate. Together, let us use this opportunity to learn how we can adopt shared professional standards from regional counterparts through our discussions, presentations, so that we build a stronger and more resilient Namibian communications ecosystem. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, as government, we recognize the vital role of government communicators as catalyst for building trust and enhancing good governance. We recognize that effective communications is vital for achieving our 6th National Development Plan, NDP 6, by ensuring the government's contribution, public buy-in, and widespread understanding of the country's economic and social goals. It bridges the gap between policy objectives and citizen participation across our country. Therefore, as government, we accept our communicators to make communication a driving force for NDP 6 through effective public awareness champions, institutional coordination, digital inclusion, and community engagement. We recognize that effective communication between the government, people, and institutions is crucial for bringing clarity, alignment, and trust. It is crucial for driving positive change within a nation. It is core for fostering understanding and enabling informed decision-making by our citizens. Therefore, while we are determined to deliver and be judged on our key national priorities, it will be futile if there is no emphasis on the critical importance of strategic communication of these national priority areas. As government, we must equally ensure adequate support and provisions to our communicators who navigate daily the complexities of telling our efforts For if we do not, we will be at the mercy of disinformation and misinformation. In conclusion, over the course of this conference, you will explore how effective communications shape the industry and our everyday operations. You are here not just to listen, but to learn how to actively build consensus, bridge gaps, and foster transparent engagements. I encourage you to participate fully, share your unique experiences, and utilize the tools you will inquire here. Once again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers and the facilitators who have made this event possible. I wish you all a highly productive and engaging deliberations over the coming years, or the remaining years. With these remarks, it is now my honor to declare the Effective Communicators Conference 2026 officially opened, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Vice President, Your Honor Vice President. Ladies and gentlemen, our other keynote speaker and special guest is the current Vice President of Botswana and also the Minister of Finance. He is the Member of Parliament for Bonington South constituency. He took office on the 7th of November 2024. Prior to his appointment as Vice President, he held senior leadership positions in Botswana's financial sector, where he contributed significantly to banking, investment, and economic policy. His experience in both the public and private sectors has earned him a reputation for promoting sound fiscal management and sustainable economic growth. Our keynote speaker and special guest has consistently emphasized economic diversification beyond diamond dependence, fiscal discipline and responsible public finance, private sector growth and investment, job creation, particularly for young people, and inclusive and sustainable economic transformation for Botswana. Namibia knows this best because we have benefited from his expertise. As an economist and a mathematician, also having worked and lived in Namibia in his formative time, where he sometimes volunteered in Windhoek, in Katutura suburb, and taught macroeconomics temporarily at the University of Namibia. He did so alongside his very important work as an advisor on trade matters in Namibia, in support of men and personalities such as the late Hidipo Hamtenya, Mr. Steve Galloway, amongst others. He further assisted in establishing the export processing zone in the Republic of Namibia. Thank you, Vice President, for choosing to continue being engaged with your second home, Namibia. So, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite you to rise and put your hands together as I welcome to the podium our Vice President, Mr. Ntamba Kosinati Gaolate, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana. Your Excellency.
We may be seated, please. Your Excellency, Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, thank you for your graciousness. Thank you for your warmth. Thank you for your generosity of heart. So generous that you even handed me your job. Honorable Governor of the Irongo region, Dr. Natalia Tsalkosis, thank you for your humanity, and thank you for reminding us how beautiful you are. Honorable Emma Theophilus, Minister of Information, thank you for your energy and for your patriotism. Normally, when people don't know the protocol, in fact, when people don't care about the protocol, they say that, may I stand on the protocol that has been established. But because I care about the protocol, although I don't know the protocol, I will acknowledge each and every one of you and remind you just how important each one of you is to this African continent. Your Excellencies, heads of media houses, counselors, should I say also communicators, storytellers, and custodians of the African narrative, distinguished ladies, gentlemen, as well as men and women who may not be as gentle. I bring warm greetings from the President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Boko, President. I come from a country where the Okavango River, plays into the Kalahari and gives life to the desert. That water binds our region and carries one story between our people. The other day I visited a country, and as I got off the plane, sure enough, they were so hospitable that a whole entourage and motorcade and security were waiting for me as I stepped out of the plane. And so I greeted everyone, sure enough, and then there was silence. Then there was more silence. Then more and more silence. The silence became so awkward, I had to ask one of my security people. I asked him very quietly, is there something that we're waiting for? Then the head of the security in that country said, yes, we are waiting for the Vice President of Botswana. So I hope that when I'm done with this keynote address, you will not ask for the keynote address. So here in Swakopmund, I feel like a neighbor returning to a shared table. Namibia indeed gave me my first job. It also gave me a mentor in the late Hidipo Hamutenya, one of this nation's most distinguished sons. I came here through Dr. Kwaku, my Ghanaian mentor, who brought me to Namibia to serve as his assistant. And through one African mentor, I was led to another. And through both, I learned how readily African lives can cross borders, share wisdom, and become part of one another's journeys. It was here that the hopes of the Namibian people became inseparable from my own hopes. Your Excellency, thank you for inviting me here today. I also thank the government and the people of Namibia, NAMPA, and all who have convened the second Effective Communicators Conference. Your theme, Communications Reconsidered, a driving force for constant progress. It asks the question, what communication truly is, what it is not, and what gives it lasting power. True communication begins with genuine vision, with character capable of carrying it, and the courage to speak honestly. It is steady in purpose. It is never triumphalist in victory, nor does it surrender to despair when the weather turns against it. Communication built on appearance may command attention for a season. Attention can be manufactured. Trust must and has to be earned. Noise may trend for a day. Truth acquires a life beyond its author. Martin Luther King gave language to a moral vision. Namibia's founding father, President Dr. Sam Nujoma, communicated national purpose through humility and resolve. Their words have endured. They have endured because their lives gave those words weight. Character is communication. Humility does not advertise itself. Integrity does not issue a communique. Who we are eventually speaks louder than what we say. This brings us to the African story. The Africa I know has no shortage of achievement. It has suffered a shortage of authorship, authentic authorship. We must tell our story with discipline. We must tell it with dignity. We must tell it with the confidence of a continent that knows what it has endured, of a continent that knows what it has achieved, of a continent that it intends to become. That story must bring down the borders in our minds. Africa is a family, and every nation is a sibling with something distinctive to offer. One brings enterprise, another nation brings artistry, the other brings scholarship, another brings endurance. Each carries a gift that can strengthen the whole. Our moral duty is to find the finest qualities in one another and cultivate those qualities together. Unity does not require sameness. It asks us to place the best in each of us at the service of all of us. Yet, often, we do not communicate our value. We do not communicate our values. This continent, it produces the most sumptuous, the most wholesome meats, nourishing grains, indigenous fruits, traditional, ultra-healthy drinks, while heavily processed products, which carry great brands, than the foods that sustain us are what is known and what is celebrated. Our food, where I come from, siswa, zengwe, jollof, injera, couscous, muambe, belong at the world's table. They carry flavor, they carry memory, they carry meaning. Yet, they lack the force of a confident African brand. The same injustice follows our literature. Chinua Achebe gave us Things Fall Apart. Amadi gave us The Great Ponds. Ngugi gave us Grain of Wheat. And Dangaremba gave us Never's Conditions. These iconic works should travel and must travel freely across our schools, across our borders, taking root in the minds of Africans, young and old. A child in Southern Africa should encounter Eastern African imagination. A West African reader should know the voices of the North. Central African stories should find a home on every African shelf. When these words fail to travel, we weaken our inheritance. We have also fallen short in communicating the power of integrated infrastructure. Roads, railways, ports, and efficient borders are the arteries through which a continental economy must breathe. I repeat, expert modeling suggests that reducing transport time on African roads, at ports and at borders, could raise our exports more than 12% and can raise our GDP growth more than 2%. Connection, oneness, is an economic force. Consider a Nigerian factory producing beautiful fabric, the same beautiful fabric of the gentleman who spoke with wisdom at this podium. Yet a slow and expensive road can consume its value before it reaches the market. Move the same fabric by efficient rail at a fraction of the time and of cost, then African industry begins to compete. The beauty of their fabric is beyond question. Distance, delay, and cost, these stand between African excellence and the African consumer. Botswana and Namibia now know what integration can achieve. The Trans-Kalahari Corridor turns landlocked geography into land-linked opportunity. The Botswana Dry Port at Walvis Bay, the saying that the governor wishes and hopes I do not leave without seeing. In fact, I'm going there after this. This gives us, it gives our producers an Atlantic gateway through Namibian partnership. The road, the port, the partnership communicate because they are real. They show regional integration, leaving the communique and entering the concrete. Communication must rise as steadily as it descends. Governments must speak with clarity, and they must listen with equal discipline. Wisdom does not carry a title. Insight does not require appointment. The voice from the village must reach the very highest office. And at the center of this work are African young people, building businesses, cultivating fields, composing music, and entering laboratories, entering newsrooms, and entering the public service. They carry the impatience of the present, and they also carry the imagination to construct the future. Their stories must be told. They must be told by them, and they must be told with them. To the young communicators, and the not so young communicators here, write with rigor, write with pride, write with passion, write audience first, write solutions first, write true first. Tell Africa for Africa, then tell Africa to the world. Let this conference be remembered through what follows the eloquence of this dome. Sentiment is insufficient. Goodwill is also insufficient. Hope standing alone cannot bring our people into the economic mainstream. We must communicate. We must co-create. We must co-invest. We must co-plan. We must build corridors. We must build institutions. And we must build markets together. We must act with strength, with the strength of a continent rather than the caution of isolated states. We cannot build together without understanding one another, without spending time with one another. And we cannot understand one another without listening to each other. Every African nation has something worthy to teach and something valuable to share. Your Excellency, or should I say, your former Vice President, for you have handed over your job. Thank you for calling me home. Thank you for inviting me here, where you had the choice to invite so many other vice presidents across this continent. Together with Her Excellency President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, you have written a chapter of continental significance. Namibia is fortunate in her daughters. Botswana is fortunate in her friends. I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling about this generation. Yes, indeed, I have a good feeling about this generation. From Maya Angelou, we inherit an enduring refrain, words that have traveled across time and still summon the human spirit, words that continue to summon the human spirit to rise. I rise, I rise, bringing the gifts of our ancestors, the gifts that our ancestors gave. And so let Africa rise with those gifts. Let us rise above the borders in our minds. Let us rise by drawing out the finest in one another. Let us rise together into the future we have communicated, into the future we have co-created, into the future we have co-built. Let Africa rise with the gifts of those who came before us. Let us rise above the borders drawn on the maps and the boundaries carried in our minds. Let us rise. Let us rise by calling forth the finest in one another, weaving our separate strengths into one continental purpose. Let us rise together. Let us build the future our ancestors imagined, the future our children deserve, and the future our generation now has the duty to build. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are indeed humbled and thankful for the keynote address. And I also take away from the many wise words that you've shared, Your Honor, that it is indeed important that we tell Africa to Africa, and then as Africa to tell our story to the rest of the world. But more so also, Your Honor, for sharing the regional perspective on leadership, communication, and progress. Robin?
Absolutely, Cliff. As we bring the official opening program to a close, it is appropriate that we acknowledge the many institutions and partners, speakers, as well as individuals whose commitment, has made this gathering possible.
Very much so, Robin. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to welcome on stage Mrs. Kauli Kalewa Ngishitende, the board chairperson of the Namibia Press Agency, for her closing remarks, as well as the vote of thanks. Please, a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Chris. Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Honor, Ndaba Gaulate, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Minister Emma Theophilis, Minister of Information, Communications and Technologies, Honorable Governor of Irongo Region, and our mother, Dr. Natalia Huahusis, Mr. Jason Su, Board Director, Huawei Technologies Namibia, Mr. Eric Karani, President of the Africa Public Relations Association, Professor Emmanuel Daundara, Vice President of the Institute of Public Relations, Professor Mikeremi, Vice President of the Africa Public Relations Associations, Dr. Omoni, Secretary General of the Public Africans Relations Associations, Head of Media Houses, Mr. Robert Mwachililange, Recon Country Manager Namibia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The Effective Communications Conference started on the 14th of July, 2026. And as we come to the end of the conference, I would like to sincerely thank each one of you for your active participation, insightful contributions, and enthusiasm throughout the 3-day program that we've had. Your engagement has made this conference meaningful and successful. We are not only reminded that the effective communication is more than exchanging communication. It is about building understanding, fostering collaboration, and inspiring positive action. I encourage each one of us today to take the knowledge, the skills, and the ideas we have gained here and put it into our practice in our daily interactions as well as our professional responsibilities. On behalf of NAMPA and the board, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our keynote speakers, facilitators, panelists, and moderators for generously sharing their experiences and expertise. We also extend our sincere thanks to our sponsors and our partners for their individual support, and to the organizing committee and support staff whose hard work behind the scenes made this conference possible. Most importantly, thank you to all our delegates for investing your time, sharing your perspectives, and helping create an engaging learning environment. Your presence and your participation are truly appreciated. We hope you leave this conference inspired, better equipped, and motivated to continue communicating with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Thank you once again for being part of this event. We wish you all well as you continue to participate in the last days of the conference. We also wish you to enjoy every success and the knowledge that you have gained here in the next week and beyond. Madam Lucia Witbooi, Honorable Minister, Honorable Governor, as a board we have heard you, And we do commit and give you our assurance to provide you the required communication guideline document as part of the good governance, ensuring and fostering effective communications in Namibia. Please hold us accountable at the next year's Effective Communicators Conference. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you for those amazing words of appreciation and for formally concluding the speaking program. Guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, if these speeches were anything to go by, the pinnacle of this conference is to go out there and tell the Namibian story, to preserve our rich legacy of oral traditions and pass down wisdom of the land of the brave, generation to generation. Cliff?
Indeed, without a doubt, Robin. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome now back on stage Mr. Yata Kadondu, the NAMPA acting CEO. Round of applause.
Good morning, thanks for that. Mine is a very simple task. It's to humbly ask the dignitaries, the excellencies, to join me on stage for a photo shoot, just to officially conclude and ensure that people understand that we were actually here today. We put it in history. So, Your Excellency, Lucia Wetboy, if you may, please join me on stage. Your Excellency, Your Honor, Daba Khaolade, please do join me on stage as well. Honorable Matthew Fellows, our Minister, please join me on stage. Honorable Governor, please join on stage as well. Okay. The governor would sit on the other side. Members of the media, this is your moment. May we have a, okay. We've done, may we then also be joined, the excellencies on stage, by Mr. Jason Shu from Huawei, stand at the back, President Arik Karani, President of APRA, please quickly make your way to the stage. Prof, please as well. Emmanuel Daura, Prof, also yourself as well, yes. Please join and stand behind. Mekauli, will you please join as well? Robert, where's Robert? I saw him earlier. Quickly. The mayor, otherwise, will be kicked out of this town. And the chief regional, where's the chief? Where's the CRO? Yes. The chairperson of the regional council, please. Excellent. Madam Mayor, please come in the middle. Such a beautiful, beautiful portrait. May we have a round of applause for. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Excellencies. Thanks, Honorable Minister. Thanks, Governor. All right, please now make your way down as well. I would like to invite our guru, Hilda Basona Ujeba, to take us through the next session, and then afterwards an announcement will be made regarding lunch. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I do conversations, so if I talk, you need to talk back to me. The politicians have now spoken. Vice President, I don't have to do protocol, not because I don't know it and not because I don't appreciate it, but I think we've done justice to all of the protocol greetings here this morning. Wouldn't you agree, Honorable Minister? Thank you. So let me take some liberties because I'm not a politician. I'm here to speak this morning on effective communications, and I'm so honored to be addressing this audience here in the beautiful city of Swakopmund. Honorable Governor, I crossed the road this morning trying to get myself coffee at Slowtown, and I felt like a Swakopmunder. So like President Kennedy said back in the day, ich bin ein Berliner, I can now say, ich bin ein Swakopmunder. I am a Swakopmunder. So I'm delighted to be here this morning. I'm also delighted to be speaking at an occasion which is organized by NAMPA. Honorable Minister, in the year 2003, the now President, Her Excellency Madame Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, appointed me to the board of NAMPA. So I have some words for the new NAMPA board, which you have just introduced to the Namibian nation 10 days ago. I left them a building. The building which NAMPA occupies now, the board of directors that I served on and was the deputy chairperson of, built that building you're in. We're going to come and look for it in 5 years from now in a better state in which it is now. We've also left you lots of investments. So we expect for you not to go back to the minister in a month or 2 or 3 or a year or 2 or 3 from now to go and ask for a government bailout because we've left you with money. So, boards of directors in this country must know ministers of finance require from them to make their own money and not to ask government for a bailout. So that is the blessing that I leave with you, NAMPA Board of Directors. I'm happy to come and coach and to do a few sessions for free, of course, so that we can understand domestic resource mobilization and that we must make a contribution as boards to the fiscus and not just ask for money from the fiscus. But my job this morning is to speak to you about communications reconsidered, and it's my second here to speak at this occasion. I was delighted to have spoken last year. And really, I want to start, and I think if you know me well, and Namibians know me generally well, I always like to challenge people. Because when we speak about change, we must then talk about the times in which we live. We live in a wonderful, wonderful era at this stage of our history. But it requires that we look at change and the opportunities which are available with new eyes. We cannot look at things like it used to be. I'm a bit restricted because generally I would move on the stage, so now I'm stuck to be here, so I'll try and behave. But we have a bold theme this morning, and the bold theme is that there is opportunity for us. And therefore, we come at a time like this, to a conference like this, and we say we must reconsider the disciplines that and the phrases that we used to. We used to communications being spoken about, but this year the challenge is that we must reconsider the manner in which we do communications. Let me give you, wonderful. Let me give you as background. The world in which we live is an open world, very democratized. Anybody and everybody has something to say about it. The media used to be traditional. You'd have to be a publisher, you'd have to have a newspaper, you'd have to have a television type of environment, or a radio station so that you could express your opinion. Nowadays, social media has become those platforms, and anybody and everybody can say just about what they would like to say. Let's see if this works. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It works? Everybody can hear me? Vice President, you can hear me? Good. So we're in this time where there is significant change. Now, when we can reconsider something as core as communications, I have to say, and I agree so much with my brother from Nigeria, Arik, who talked about how we must tell the African story. But I'd like to say first and foremost to the leadership in the room, if communications is to be taken seriously, and since we are at a communications conference where we say communications must be taken seriously, we must bring communications people then to the table. Because if we do not bring communications people to the table, and if we do not bring communication front and center of development planning, then we are here to waste each other's time this morning. We are going to do a nice conference, and we're going to use a lot of new phrases, but for us to give meaning to what we're talking about this morning means that communications people must be front and center of the planning. In a time of war, we know, what do they go for first? Broadcasting. When there is a coup in a country, we know that they go after the messaging, they go after the communications, because he who plays the tune pays the piper. And they say that the one who holds the pen is mightier than he who holds the sword. So the power of communication cannot be underestimated in the times in which we live. Because we live in changing times. We live in times where everybody thinks, I have a right to my opinion. So as we consider what you see in front of you, there is the traditional conception, and it's a misconception of communications, that we are called in to come and do the cleanup. We are always called in to come and do the aftermath. Something went wrong, it becomes the job then of the communication specialist to come and clean it up. And we are now saying there must be a reconsidered reality, and that reconsidered reality must be that we are a strategic leadership process, not even just an event. We must begin to think of communications as two-way and not as a press release, a press statement, an event, because if we do not change that paradigm, we will not see the results that we would like to see. And what we would like to see is to understand each other, to understand stakeholders. We'd like to anticipate concerns, and we'd like to build trust long before implementation. I will go with you through this journey this morning. I will highlight 2 particular case studies in Namibia. When we had COVID in 2019, and I'm using both the Botswana and the Namibian example, and then as well as the new kid on the block for us, which is energy, specifically green hydrogen. People would like to be understood. People would like to have a shared interest in what is happening in their country. Now, because I wanted to prepare really well, and because I do a lot of research in this country, I tapped into some research I had done last year. So once a year, we do a brand leadership research. The Honorable Minister speaks frequently at this occasion. And basically, the question is, what do Namibians and Africans in general